Most men actually don't hate the gym. They hate the idea of the gym. So I'm talking the 2 hour workouts that make you feel like you have to live in the gym, the perfect meal plans, living in my fitness pal, logging in your meals like a maniac and a bodybuilder, feeling 24/7 tired and exhausted. And honestly, I feel like if fitness had to feel like a second-time job, most of you guys will never stay consistent because you already have a life. You have stress, you have responsibilities, deadline, and people actually dependent on you. And when you finally get time for yourself, the last thing I know you want to do is another stupid, exhausting work. Honestly, that's the reason why I made this video. This entire leg workout session took around 30 to 45 minute session. Not because we're skipping work, but because most men are doing way too much nonsense in the gym. And with that said, no time wasted. Let's run it. Let's go. Let's go. Sub to the channel. Follow on every social media platform. As you already know, game is about to be dropped. All right, so before we even touch them weights, right here, we need to do something that most men ignore. That's mobility and recovery. Most men train like robots, tight hips, tight ankles, cooking their lower back, and they wonder why squats and the leg day actually feels like rubbish. Interestingly enough, a lot of you guys don't actually hate leg day. However, your joints just hate how you train. And I know you're looking most likely for a hack, but simple things like stretching, warming up properly, and recovering correctly will literally improve your performance instantly. And now, as you can see, I'm starting with the Smith machine, squats. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is we're always going to start with compound movement, doing the 80-20% rule where we impute 20%, rake 80% of results. And with that said, we're not going to be doing 47 exercises, which is another mistake most men make. They think more exercises equals more results. And if you notice, I'm going to be alternating between exercises quite a lot. The reason is because I do a lot of supersets and I also do a lot of drop sets for time efficiency. More exercises does not equal more results. More quality, that's what equals more results. So you don't need random workouts. You need movements that give you the highest return. And that's exactly why compound movements matter, especially if you're busy. And another thing is, stop trying to train like a bodybuilder if you don't want to live like one. Most men see influencer workouts online and they forget. Fitness influencers literally structure their life around training. You don't. So your training needs to match your life. That is right there intelligence. It's not weakness. And that's really where efficiency becomes powerful with supersets. Supersets solve the problem instantly. Most men say, oh, I don't have time for the gym. That really translates to, I don't know how to train efficiently. And there's a huge difference. Also, it's important to note that you don't need to leave every single workout feeling destroyed. That mindset ruins consistency because some people think till this very day, if I can't walk after a leg day, it wasn't hard enough. But the goal really, brother, is for you to actually have adaptation and muscle growth, not survival from a near-death experience. Your physique is built more by consistency than motivation because when motivation disappears, especially after a stressful day, the men who stay consistently in shape year-round are those who remove friction. Removing friction from the equation makes everything simple. Like you simplify your workouts, simplify your structure, and that really is what works long-term, building a system. One thing that I know I personally struggled with personally is recovery. And I know for a fact, most men don't recover properly. They probably train hard, they sleep horribly, they eat nonsense, and they sit all day and stay stressed. And I have to be honest with you, recovery is a part of the program. This is why exercise training like hamstrings, and not even the ones that even look flashy. People skip the most important movement because they don't look cool. But this right here is massively underrated. Most people, and most men especially, sit all day. They sit too much. So they have weak bum or weak glutes, weak posterior chain, and tight hips. And obviously, we can also sense that that's one of the reasons why they have lower back pain. And they wonder why they feel stiff constantly. But the truth is, your body adapts to your lifestyle. If you sit all day, you need movements to reverse that damage. And this is why your fitness should support your lifestyle, not destroy it. The goal isn't just aesthetics. only. The goal is also to move better, to feel better, to perform better, having energy outside the gym as well. And one thing I had to touch as well is that most men struggle with is decision fatigue. By the end of the day, your brain is most likely cooked and tired. So if your workout requires a ton of planning, a ton of thinking or motivation, you are increasing friction. And we know that friction kills consistency. What always works is simple systems. As I said, simple meals, simple workouts. Complicated looks exciting, but simple is genuinely what gets results. I know one thing you most likely ignore as well is the small muscles. The small muscles like the calves, the core, the stability work. Everybody wants aesthetics, but nobody really wants to train the boring things that makes the system complete, that makes the physique complete. And honestly, a strong core always changes everything. I'll be so real with you because you're going to have better posture, better lifting, better movement, and better athleticism. And that's the reason why I genuinely had to add my core workout, which I'll be honest, I haven't really been training much. I just added these two recently because of summer is coming and I feel like abs really is a thing of the kitchen. I'm not complaining that you shouldn't train your core or any of that. I just personally feel like more often than not, it's not really muscle group that you can see up until certain times in the year. I'm not going to lie because I'll literally say what I do sometimes. Because at one point, I wanted to be in and out of the gym, so I didn't really train as much abs. But recently, I just realized that it does translate to a lot of things, so I had to add it again. But this is mainly abs. Core is a slightly different training style, and that I typically use calisthenics to train. Another thing I really had to touch on real quick is people underestimate momentum. And momentum is very powerful because it's a combination of discipline and motivation. Most people think that motivation is what creates action, but it's actually the opposite. Action creates motivation, and that's something that I personally realized. So you need to start training, then your energy improves, then your confidence improves, then your standards improve. And you start eating better naturally, sleeping better naturally, thinking better naturally. And that's why fitness changed lives. Not because of abs. It's just because when you build a strong physique, that discipline always translates into every other thing. Like recently, I'm realizing that because I have built that discipline in the gym, I can translate that discipline to improving my business. I can translate that discipline to knowing things and dedicating time to actually improve my dating life. And even translate the discipline to even building my relationship with God. It's the same discipline that can apply to every single area of your life. And if you are a man who still believes till this very day, I need more time, you don't need more time. You need less distraction, you need better structure, you need higher quality efforts. And if you're a man who needs fitness to actually complement your lifestyle, I personally believe that till this day, fitness is meant to complement your lifestyle like a glove, snugged literally. And you're tired and you're done with all these influencer 2-hour workouts. You're tired of people who actually don't understand your work life and every other thing else. I'll tell you that you should book a call with the link. And I'll personally love to hear from you and help you out with your fitness journey. And if you are a good fit, obviously, we're going to dial in that physique. The link is in the description. And also, one more thing I also had to say is also always add these stretching sessions, especially towards the end of this video, because if you notice, I stretch at the start and I also stretch at the end. This is simply because you need to warm up your body at the start, and towards the end is also to reduce that leg day miserableness that most men actually complain of. And this is a big thing as to why most men actually don't train legs. They feel like, oh, I'm going to be tired, my legs are going to be useless in the next day. And when you stick to this routine I have over here, I promise you, you're going to have your legs thank you, because you're not going to be feeling miserable after the next day. Post-workout recovery is very, very important. Recovery is not weakness. Recovery allows performance. The better you can recover, the harder you can train consistently. Simple. So you need to add stretching sessions at the end of your workouts in order for you to reduce that leg day misery. Hope with this video I've proven that you don't need more time, you don't need a 2-hour workout. What you need is structure, intensity. You also need consistency. That's literally it. Let me know what other videos you'd like me to cover on this channel and what other problems you might be having in your fitness journey. I hope you guys keep on putting God first, working on your purpose, improving your life in every single area, and stay locked in, boys. Peace.